Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to know what it is? Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And a very warm welcome if you just joined me on my channel, Niges View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. And today I would like to talk about the sun simulator and the black spot in the centre. And, well, all intents and purposes, it is exactly the same thing. Also, what I would like to do is talk about this black spot, what it's not. I've been asked a few questions about the sun simulator, and the main question is, does the sun simulator replace our sun? And the answer to that question is no. They haven't got the technology to make or produce enough heat to do as the sun would require. The object of the exercise here is to make it really, really hard for you to see past what they call the sun, but that isn't our sun. Our sun looks like this. It's 93 million miles away, it's in space, and many people are going to disagree with me here. Sorry, but it's true. There's the orange sun, and you can see the reflection on the water. Now, being orange, it's not bright white, it's not blue, it's not any other colour, and that's what you get to see in this picture here. So let's go back to this. Now, a lot of people have tried to convince me that this object in the centre is a CCD overload on a digital camera. In other words, it produces a black spot. Now, I'm going to prove to you that that is not the case here. If this was so, every single picture would have a black spot in it, and every single picture the black spot would be a constant size. And we're looking at pictures from Beliga southeast. I'll leave the links in the description down below, and we're going backwards in time. So the sun's already risen, but we're going to go back to the start, and you'll see why in 1 second. So if we click the next picture, you can see that all of a sudden this object in the centre, that's meant to be a CCD overload on a digital camera, which is the sensor. Well, that doesn't look like a overload to me. That looks like something totally different, which I've actually caught and I made a video. The LED sun, is that possible? I'll leave a link in the description box, and I'll just very quickly show you a picture, and there you go. This is a lens flare of the LED cobs. This is what I do believe it is, and yet again some people will disagree with me on this, but that's what makes the world go round, eh? Let's get back to this picture at any rate and go backwards. So we go backwards, and now this object in the centre, which happens to be the sun simulator, gets smaller. So if it was an image overload on a camera, you would expect it to stay a constant size, and it doesn't. And the next picture, all of a sudden it gets bigger, and the next picture it gets smaller, and the next picture it gets, well, it's basically the same size, and now the next picture it suddenly disappears. So that just proves that it is not an overload on the camera. But let's go backwards, and then suddenly this object appears in the centre yet again, and this is the sun simulator. Let's go backwards a couple more pictures, and this is where it becomes interesting, because we actually get to see something even more impressive that proves that this theory is incorrect. And as you can see there, if you look very carefully, you can see that there's a reflection on the water. That would be impossible if it was an image artifact. Just totally impossible. And if we go backwards, and let's just zoom into this picture, we actually get to see a double image on the water. You can see the grey cobs around the outside, which is the LEDs, I believe. And there you go. Let's go back one more picture. It's in that picture. It's in that picture. And it's in that picture. And it's very defined in this picture. So let's zoom straight in and bring it out. And you can see that I believe the LEDs are around the outside, and it's actually reflected on the water down here. So that just proves that it is not an image artifact. Let's have a look at some more pictures that I do believe prove that this is a fake sun. So we're going to go to Palmer southeast, and we're going to click through the pictures, and as you can see there, we've got that black dot in the middle of the sun, which happens to be the sun simulator. And let's just zoom into there and have a look. And as you can see, you've got the grey LEDs round there. But the next picture is going to make you go, this looks like a plastic bag flying through space. Well, flying through the sky. I've actually got this. I've actually made a video on this. What's going on here? And let me just open the video. There you go. The black dot just happens to be facing the opposite direction. Now, if the sun was in front of us and it was an image artifact, why is it in the wrong direction? The sun always faces you. It doesn't turn the opposite direction as it goes away. Oh well, must be on the wrong angle. Let's go back to the pictures and have a look. And as you can see, as we cycle through the pictures, it just looks like a plastic bag. And if you look round the outside, you can see there's a blue hue. And how bright it is. Extraordinary bright. That was easy for me to say, wasn't it? But you can see the blue hue, and there's a bit of red there, and that's what I believe is the sun simulator. There you go. Let's have a look at some more pictures, which I do believe even add more credence to what I'm saying. And Puntilla Lake southeast. There you go. There's your black dot in the middle of the sun, which happens to be a sun simulator. And if we move in, exactly the same thing happening just here around the outside. And as you see, it is extremely hard to see anything behind what's going on here. Chemtrails, and if you look around the outside, there's a blue hue, which is a trait of LED lights. So as we click through, you can see how big this does look. I mean, does that look right to you? Does that look anything like this? I don't think so. It's for you to decide. I'm just pointing out what I think. But before we finish this video, what I would like to do is show you this photograph, and this actually clearly shows a CCD sensor overload, and you can tell that by the up and down line, and that's called ripping. And there are many other different forms of sensor overloads, but it looks nothing like this. This I believe to be the sun simulator, and if it was an overload, why are you getting a reflection on the water? I'm just saying. And what you can see here is the links to the documents. I'm going to leave the links in the description box for the solar simulator and the LED solar simulator. Makes very good reading, by the way. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Much love and peace. Take care.